Hi, and welcome to this module on understanding player communication. I hope that by understanding the types of behaviours and the ways in which players try to influence us as umpires, we'll recognise the typical patterns that they display and the ways that they try to influence us so that we don't take their comments personally. In a research investigation conducted through the Australian Institute of Sport, Dr. Ian Cunningham interviewed a range of 11 team sport captains in sports across professional and amateur ranks. He used video clips of player interactions as cues for discussion about their own experiences and how they interact with officials. And what he found was very interesting. He found that players are very strategic in the way that they communicate with the sports official. They use questioning, arguing, criticising, they praise the sports official, all to try and get a reaction and to try and influence the decisions that we make. In fact, they used first and ongoing impressions of the official to classify them into certain types, and this subsequently affected the way that the more strategic captains amongst them responded to the officials. They were seen to be either weak, uncertain, oblivious, or dictators. So first impressions count. One of the players said this of the sports officials: "You can tell from the coin toss. It's in their body language and the way they speak to you. You just think to yourself, wow, what is this guy doing here today?" The more strategic of captains use friendliness to influence the official, using suggestion, repetition or challenge to get in their heads. Weak officials are seen as being more influenceable. So players were classified into 5 different types: the acceptor, the positive reinforcer, the occasional challenger, the emotional responder, and the continuous opportunist. And some are more strategic than others. The acceptor. They're not particularly strategic, they tend to be focused on the game and are accommodating and resigned to the decisions that the officials give them in a sort of fatalistic fashion. So here's a good example of an acceptor. She hears what the official has to say and takes it on the chin. She's more concerned with getting back focused on the game so as not to upset the official.
Right. Here, Captain. Okay? But you've got to also appreciate that it's my decision as to whether it's drilling. Okay? So you've got to let it go. Yeah, or someone's going to get hurt. Yeah. Okay? Sorry, yeah.
Equally, at the low end of the strategic spectrum is the emotional responder. These are the sort of players who wear their hearts on their sleeves. Their passion for the game is clear to see for all, and they often present a broad range of emotions, anger and frustration, and often it's ill-informed, not necessarily representing the quality of the decision that they've just been given. Understanding this style of responder can help you to recognise their reactions are not to be taken personally and are often not reflective of the decisions that you make. Here's an example of an emotional responder who's struggling to control her emotions, which ends up getting her into trouble.
Hey, enough, yeah? Three, please. Let's go.
We have to recognise that just as we try and manage the impression that the players have of ourselves, they manage their impression of themselves with us. So we have the positive reinforcing. A relationship with you will help influence the decisions that they get. They may come across as friendly and supportive, but this could simply be a strategy to get you on their side. Next, we have the occasional challenger. These are very strategic individuals. They pick their battles, and they might come out with comments like, "You're a good referee, but that's a brutal call." Highly strategic, they will try to disrupt your performance With distractions and often red herrings, they might question you to slow the game down and attempt to take control. They are disruptive, distracting, they use questioning to keep you on your toes, and use indirect and discreet challenges. Also highly strategic are the continuous opportunists. They are intimidating, antagonizing, argumentative, and they reject authority. We can all probably think of the player who fits into this category. They complain about every single delivery and decision that doesn't go their way. If you know that's the way they operate, then this can help you to know what to expect. It's a great one to discuss with your umpiring colleagues pre-game, so that you're aware of the things that are likely to take place during the game, so that you have strategies to cope with them if they do arise.